What's up, film fans? It's Epic Film Guy Nick here at the studio, here with another episode of Nick's Quick Rants, and this time episode 2 of the new season of Doctor Who, Into the Dalek. And overall, I think I liked more than I didn't like in the episode, but the premise of it was really, really hokey. I didn't like the shrinking down and going into the center of the Dalek. It was a premise that was designed as a vehicle for the theme they wanted to deliver, which I'll touch on in a moment, but I'm sorry, it just didn't work for me. It was really kind of pointless. You get this whole thing with the Doctor shows up, and then they were kind of jumping chronologically between scenes. It didn't really make any sense why they edited it that way or why they unfolded the story this way. Like, the Doctor shows up at the thing, and then Clara's at the school, and then he shows up back there to pick her up, and then he's remembering what he did from the first scene, and then they jump. It didn't need to be structured that way chronologically, and it kind of it took away from it. It took away from it, and it didn't help that, it jumps right from that and, let's shrink down and go inside of the Dalek. But as I said, thematically, what that attempted to do was present this notion of a good Dalek, and scope-wise projected into the question that the Doctor poses to Clara: am I a good man? And it's this notion that the Doctor would still try to save even a Dalek, a race that's so evil, so malevolent, that they have, snuffed out millions of stars in star systems, as they discuss in the episode. It's that constant effort that the Doctor makes, and Clara really drives that point home for him. And I really like that idea, that notion of never giving up, that idea that you always have to fight for the right ideal, or you always have to fight to make a difference, no matter how futile it may seem to try to make one. So I loved the theme. I love the way that it drove it home in the second half of the show, but the premise, the staging to get it there just wasn't there. Capaldi and Coleman, I would like it if they had a little bit more back and forth, and the BBC's made it very clear they're not going to make them, romantically linked, and that's great, because there's no chemistry between them, period, not romantic or otherwise. They could at least have some great banter, like Tennant and Noble. There was no sexual chemistry there, Tennant and Catherine Tate, but there was no sexual chemistry there. There was no romantic chemistry there, but they still had an insanely great back and forth. They still played off of one another extremely well, and they seem like they're so awkward around one another. And in the premiere, I was willing to believe that was a little intentional, but now, like, he's in full Doctor mode pretty much at this point, still kind of discovering the new personality that he has, but I don't buy it. I really don't see it, and I'm hoping that this will develop more as the episodes develop more. But, thinking back to other companions, of course, to the Ponds and on and on. I don't like it. It's just not there. The back and forth, and that's one of the greatest things about Doctor Who, is that constant back and forth between the Doctor and the companion. And I don't know, I'm dropping you off back in your cupboard. Yep, see you later. It's just, I don't know. So overall, I'm saying maybe a 6 out of 10. Premise-wise, and of course the chemistry, it's not there for me, but I loved the theme. I love the overarching point of the episode, and I think it's the pathway to this Doctor discovering, yes, I am a good man. So, Epic Film Guy Nick, Doctor Who, Series 8, Episode 2, Into the Dalek. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.